Hey guys, Cece back with another video, and for today's video we are going to do our favorite blushes, bronzers, and highlighters of 2020. Watching me or my channel, just make sure you go ahead and click that subscribe button. Also make sure you go ahead and click the little notification bell right next to the subscribe button so you can always be notified of all of my future videos, because you never want to miss a single upload. You also want to make sure you're following me on Instagram at Camellia Yvette, and also subscribe to my family vlog channel right here on YouTube at Bradley Party of 6. So what's up, you guys? Today we're gonna talk about our favorites, blushes, bronzers, and highlighters of 2020. Very excited to be doing this video. If you missed the first yearly favorite installment, don't you worry. I will link it in this video for you to watch after you watch this one. That one was all about my base, so my foundations, concealers, setting powders, as well as primers. So you want to make sure you're checking that video out to see the best of the best face products. Now we're going to talk about blushes, bronzers, and highlighters. And you guys, bronzers are some of my favorite parts of makeup. Like, I love those complexion, those base products, but bronzers like have my heart so much as well. So I went on a bronzer binge in 2020. I bought a lot of new bronzers. So I just want to show you guys the ones that really stood out to me. And then as far as blushes and highlighters, I didn't buy too many new of those this year. However, I do have some really good ones that stood out that I wore all year round. So let's start with highlighters. I have 3 to show you guys, and all 3 of these, I want to say, I don't think any of these are new ones that I bought in 2020. I think all of these I bought previously, but these are the ones that I wore the most, that I found myself just gravitating toward the most. First one being the Ofra highlighter in Blissful. This one I've had for years, and it continues to be on my favorites list for a reason. Ofra Cosmetics is a really nice quality makeup brand, and absolutely love their products. This is one of my favorites from them. It continues to be one of my favorites from them, and I just think this is one of the best highlighters out there even to this day. The texture is very, very soft, and this is like that deep champagne colored highlighter, just the perfect shade. I am in love with this, and I love this highlighter so much. It's definitely a favorite. A highlighter that I have that's on the higher end of the spectrum is the Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess highlighter. This one's in the shade Mirage, and this highlighter, you guys, first of all, the embossment on the highlighter is everything. The packaging is everything. This is one of those products that you're like, I don't even want to use because it's so pretty, but I have this one actually on the face today, and it gives you a beautiful, beautiful glow. And once you swirl all the shades together, because if you can see that, there are several different shades in there, but once you swirl them all together, it gives you this more light coppery type color, and it's really nice for deeper skin tones. So absolutely love this, and I think this is an amazing one that you need to have in your collection. Last but not least, I do have a super inexpensive one. This is the Catrice 3D Glow highlighter. You guys, this one's in the shade Warm Embrace. If you have been watching me at all this year, you have seen me use this at least 5 times. This highlighter, I mean, it has several different shades in it, just like the last one, and it is so beautiful. And I think this highlighter is like $5 or something like that. So when I say inexpensive, I mean very inexpensive. However, it rivals any high-end highlighter. It's actually really close to the Mirage shade, but it's a little bolder, and it's a little less sheen to it, if that makes any sense. If you can tell the difference, they're so pretty. I mean, oh my gosh, I think Catrice has several different shades of these highlighters. If you can get your hands on them, I would totally go to Ulta, like right now. Pause this video, go to Ulta or get on their website and definitely try these Catrice highlighters, because they are wonderful and worth every penny. Okay, where to go next? I think we're gonna save the bronzers for last because I'm like most excited about those. So we're gonna go to blushes. I did pick out 5 blushes, and you guys, I didn't feel like I was loving blushes that much this year until I started going through my collection. I was like, oh my God, I did love these. I did love these. I did wear these all the time. So I did get to 5 blushes, and I think I have 5 solid blushes here that anyone would love. First one being this Buxom blush. This is another product that if you watched me for any amount of time last year, then you would have heard me probably talk about this blush. This is the Buxom blush in Ibiza. It's the Wanderlust Primer Infused blush in the shade Ibiza, and the perfect pink shade blush. I'm not really huge on pink tone blushes though, but this is like the perfect pink tone blush. It's so pretty and so blendable, but it's not like super bold, so your cheeks just aren't gonna be super pink. It has a nice pink tint to it, and then you put it on and you can build up the blush. I think that's the way I want to describe it. Very gorgeous blush. You can probably go back and just like randomly choose a makeup tutorial from 2020 and I was probably using this blush, just saying. On to the next, let's talk about, of course, the Fenty cream blushes. You guys knew we were gonna talk about these, right? The Fenty cream blushes, since they came out, I've been using them so much for like quick makeup days. I've even used them on the lips a couple of times just to give me a little wash of color. They're so versatile and you can definitely use them anywhere on the face. So I chose my favorite 2 shades to show you guys, one being Cool Berry and the other one being Summertime Wine. These are shades that I will literally use all year round, and they've just gotten so much love out of me because they're so quick and easy to use. Sometimes I don't even top them with a powder blush. I'll just take my fingers, kind of rub them on the cheeks, and we're good to go. We're ready to leave out the door. Very quick and easy look. This is a product that if you're going for a quick 5-10 minute face, this is a great product to complement that because it doesn't take a lot of work. Next on the list, I do have the Ciate London. This is the Marbled Light Blush in the shade Dusk. This is one that actually came in my BoxyCharm, and I didn't think I was gonna use it. I didn't think I was gonna wear it. I'm like, they sent me another blush. But this blush, you guys, this is a nice, like, deeper pink blush, sort of almost on the mauve-y side, and it has that swirl effect. So it's just a very pretty but subtle blush. I feel like there's only but so many ways you can describe blush. I don't know. This is a very pretty color. Another one that I've used all year, I've loved all year. And if you're looking for another blush, try Ciate London. Last 2, let's go with Patrick Ta. This one's in the shade She's Seductive, and it is a beautiful muted mauve blush. This is almost like neutral. I don't want to say it barely shows up on the skin because it does show up, but it is very subtle. So if you're looking for something a little bolder, this probably isn't going to be for you, but the blush is very subtle. For me, it just gives me what I need on those really light makeup days, and I'm just like, I just want something just to give my cheeks just a little something, just this much of something. I just want something to give my cheeks that, and this really does it. It blends out very well, and I like Patrick Ta's products in general. I just feel like they're very subtle and they're just very beautiful. They're very minimalistic, monochrome, just beauty. Last but not least, I have been highly recommending to everyone who will listen the Hourglass blushes. I have really gotten into Hourglass in 2020 and their blushes are amazing. This one isn't quite my favorite. This one's in Diffused Heat. I can't find the one that I really love and wanted to show you guys. It's around here somewhere, but I have like 5 of the Hourglass blushes and I think they're all gorgeous. They all give you a nice little filtered color on the cheeks and just very beautiful. Okay, let's move into my favorite bronzers. I'm so excited to show you guys these bronzers because I have went bronzer crazy, and this is, I definitely want to show you guys this. Like I went bronzer nuts last year, and so I bought a lot of bronzers and I tried a lot of bronzers, and I'm just so excited to show you guys and share these with you. The first one I wanted to share with you is a little different of a bronzer, but I found the concept so refreshing. This is the Deck of Scarlet Mistake Proof bronzer, and so looks a little different because it is a spray bronzer. So literally you take it, spray it where you want it to go, and then you just blend it out with your brush. And as you can see, it has some color to it. This one I got in the shade Untamed. I want to say it was the darkest shade, but this definitely has some color to it. You do have to, like, I would only put one spray on there at first if you're going to spray it directly on your face, but I would actually recommend you to spray it on your brush and then kind of tap it in and see how it goes. I would use a more synthetic and denser brush for this because that'll just help blend it out and spread it out seamlessly. But it looks so good on the cheeks. I was so impressed when I got that blush, and you can find it at Deck of Scarlet on their website. You guys, I will make sure as usual that everything is linked down below in the description box so you guys can check out any of these products if you're interested. All right, we might as well stick with the cream purchases. I have the ColourPop Soul Face and Body Bronzing Balm. This one's in the shade Dark, and this isn't really that dark. Like, I could have went darker, but this is the one I have, but I've been using it. Gives me a nice light bronze on the cheeks. Another one of those products that if I'm trying to run out the door, this is really nice. I'm almost kind of glad I didn't get a darker one because this is, again, just a very, it's a nice lighter bronzing color where it can just give you a little toasting, and you don't really have to top it with anything. You just put it on your face and you go. So this is one of those products, and it's just really nice to use when you're out the door. I can also use this to contour my nose because it's not too dark. On the days that I want to do that, I can use this for that, and it works out well. Smells like a vacation. Like, it has like this tropical scent. It goes away when it gets on your face, but it does have this tropical scent. It's a beautiful, they have beautiful shade range. They definitely have a good amount of shades, and I really love this. Not to mention, this is super inexpensive. It's ColourPop. It's very inexpensive, and I mean, it's a great product. Last cream bronzer is the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate bronzer. Did I get this in I think I got it in 2020. I either got it in 2020 or late 2019, but I think it was 2020. And this has definitely become one of my favorite cream bronzers. Very expensive, so keep that in mind. However, I find it to be worth every penny. I have it on my face today. The color is perfect. I have mine in the shade Intensity 2, and I mean, it's perfect. It's beautiful. If you're looking for a good luxury cream bronzer, I recommend her all day, every day. Last two bronzers. First is the Guerlain bronzer, the Guerlain Terracotta Bronzing Powder. I have mine in the shade 5, and it looks like this. This is another one that once I got this, a lot of you guys were like, oh my God, you just now trying that bronzer? Like, you should have been trying that bronzer. Where have you been? And I'm like, I don't know. I never even heard of this bronzer. I just happened to see it on Sephora's website. Like, y'all gotta help me out. Like, y'all was like, oh my case when I told you I had never heard of this bronzer. And I think you guys said they had darker shades, and then now they don't anymore. I don't know what happened to them, but this shade is fine for me. So if you're darker, they probably won't have a shade for you, but this shade is good for my skin complexion, and I love this color. It's really just like the perfect bronzing color for me. It's actually the perfect contour color. It does have like little sparkle flecks in them. I don't know if you can see it from here, but it has like little sparkle flecks in it. So I go back and forth with contouring and bronzing with this, but I just love this shade. I love how blendable it is, and I find that it's easy to work with. So really love this bronzer. And last but not least, of course, we had to add the new Charlotte Tilbury bronzer into the mix. This one is I got the darkest shade, shade 4, and it's her Airbrush Matte Bronzing Filter for face and body. And obviously you can see, like, this thing is huge. Like, it's damn near the size of my face, and you get so much product in here. But like I said, I think I got mine a little too dark, but I just use it with a light hand. It works fine. If you're my shade, I would definitely recommend going with shade 3 and not shade 4. But again, I make it work. It's more on the redder side. I know some people don't like contouring with redder shades. I don't care. It works out for me, and for me it looks good, but I understand why some people wouldn't like to. So just want to throw that disclaimer out there. But this is one of the most beautiful bronzers. Look at that, just very pigmented shade right there. So pretty. And then once you put it on the skin, it's definitely airbrush like, and it'll definitely blend out well. Like, look how well it's blending just with my fingers. Just imagine it on your face on top of your makeup with a nice brush. It will blend out so well and it looks so good on the skin, and I totally recommend it. So that is it, you guys. That is all for this video. I hope you guys are enjoying my 2020 favorites thus far. Make sure you tune in next Sunday for the 3rd installment of my favorites. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much. Join the family if you have not, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.